Hey, what's up guys, it's George again. Finally I had some time to do one more video, and this time it's gonna be a review that you guys can see in the title of the video. It's gonna be for this fragrance, Odin number 4 Petrana. I'm gonna start with the presentation because this fragrance deserves a little bit of attention in the presentation because it's gorgeous. uh, the box is very simple but elegant. This is the front of the box. By the way, this review is gonna be in the eau de perfume version. This is what I have, the eau de perfume version. Like you guys can see, in the top of the box says Odin New York 04, and in the very bottom it says eau de perfume 100 ml. This is the bottom of the box. It has pretty much the ingredients, some information, and the code. And in one side of the box you guys can see this little like crow stamping here, and this is how you open the box. It has this kind of foam, and this is where the actual bottle sits inside the box. So that's the box. Pretty hard cardboard box, very elegant, like I say. So that's the box. Now let's get to the bottle. The bottle is very simple, classic, very heavy, very thick glass. Uh, that's the front. Basically says the same thing in the box. Odin New York 04. Uh, in the bottom is a sticker where you can find your actual code, and the cap is pretty nice and heavy. It's a black cap in a kind of velvet texture, pretty nice. Uh, and let's see how the spritzer works. Pretty nice, pretty great sprayer, and you can see in the corner you can see the same type of crow, black crow stamping there. So there you have it guys, that's a presentation of this fragrance, Odin uh, 04 Petrana. This fragrance was launched to the market in 2010 by the house of Odin, so it's a fairly new fragrance in the market, market as a unisex fragrance. Also, bottle sizes only one size, 100 ml like this one. Also available in EDT, out the toilet. I don't know nothing about that version. Like I say, this is the one that I have, the out perfume version. So, but I know it's available in EDT. Prices anywhere between 110 and 125 American dollars. Seasons, in my opinion, I will say that this is a great fragrance for spring and fall. It will work better in these seasons. I personally don't see this fragrance doing a good job in the cold winter, and I don't even think about wearing it in the hot summer. And it works better for me in the nighttime. You know, that's just me. That's what I prefer to use in the nighttime. Uh, since this brand launched some previous fragrances like Odin 01, 02, and 03, which they were inspired in the Himalaya mountains, they changed the scenario with this fragrance and with the name of it. Petrana, for anyone who don't know, is the name after the ancient Jordan city. And this fragrance was inspired by the Jordan desert covered in black iris. And they came out with this fragrance, an exotic fragrance, but without ending in a weird or nasty scent. It's spicy, floral, uh, and earthy, and sweet, but at the same time a dry scent. exotic, elegant, sexy, and a floral masculine scent. This fragrance opens up in my skin with a very strong blast of cassis, coriander, and pink pepper. The coriander, which it gives to the opening a very nice and very subtle herbalic touch, and the pink pepper, which makes the opening of this fragrance very, very spicy opening. Uh, it's a opening scent, uh, almost in your face, but in a good way. Uh, right before the scent goes in the middle, the iris starts to show up, but at this moment, is behind all this spiciness, more like in the background, but fairly enough to uh, to start smelling. You can definitely detect the iris scent in the opening. Uh, the opening of this fragrance to my nose is all about the spiciness, with the iris scent in the background and a little herbal green touch on it. All this make the opening of this fragrance spicy and floral at the same time. When the scent gets in the middle, the spiciness starts to lose its intensity, letting pass the iris scent, which is going to be growing and growing in intensity during the whole middle of the fragrance, making the scent at this point a very sweet and floral scent. Uh, the iris in this fragrance is kind of different to other iris-based fragrance, even though it's still iris. But this one is more heavy and dark, but with the same powdery sweetness of this floral note. The middle of this fragrance is all about a dark, powdery, sweet iris scent with a spicy touch on it. The dry down, when finally the fragrance hits the dry down, in my skin is just again the iris, but now with a different phase of the iris. At this point, the iris is more like a earthy and transparent, almost like a watered iris scent with an earthy vibe and a musky touch, which gives to the dry down that nice animalic vibe. The dry down is very simple. It's just the earthy and transparent iris scent with a touch of musk. Even though this fragrance could smell very linear, but it goes from a spicy and floral to a sweet, powdery and dark floral, and finally to a transparent floral, earthy and musky scent. So, like you guys can see, this is a very floral scent, but it's kind of a manly floral scent. Um, a dark floral scent that any man can use anytime with no problem. But of course, some people don't like floral scents. This could not be for you. But at least you can give it a try and see what happens. But I will say that if you like iris-based fragrances, something like Dior Homme Intense, uh, give this guy a try. Personally, I found this fragrance very modern, sexy, elegant, and exotic, and I can easily see this fragrance as a signature scent in the spring and fall. It could do the job very nice in that first date, even though it's an exotic scent. Uh, I could seem that it could seem very risky to wear in a first date, but believe me, this stuff is sexy and it could do the job very well in that occasion. I don't think this is a safe fragrance for a teenager. This is more like a mature scent. And please don't even think about blind buy this fragrance. Uh, it's totally not safe for a blind buy. But of course, you guys can always at least sample it and see what happens on your skin. Talking about compliments with this fragrance, this is a good one. Nothing like the girls die for, but if you're lucky enough with this fragrance to be noticed, uh, can be a compliment for sure. Uh, but I still have more compliments for guys, to be honest. Even though this is a floral fragrance, seems like guys enjoy the scent as well. So that's pretty cool. Uh, Projection on this fragrance, one of the worst projection in a elder perfume that I own or I had ever tried. It projects very well for the first half hour. After that, it goes downhill. Every hour that passes, it just gets more and more close to the skin. So, projection, longevity. This is a very spotty fragrance, and I do have a nice skin for fragrances. They usually stay in my skin very well. But like I say, this is a sporty fragrance on me. Sometimes it lasts for 4 hours and it's totally gone. But sometimes it stays for to 8 hours if I'm lucky. Not what I expect in an other perfume, but if I get the 6 to 8 hours, still an average longevity mark for me. Finally, the rate for this fragrance, my personal rate, having in mind that the scent is not unique, because it reminds me other fragrances. Like I say, it reminds me a little bit of Dior Homme and Dior Homme Intense, because obviously for the iris, uh, but still in his own iris based level, if that makes sense. There's a lot of iris based fragrances out there, but this is still kind of different from them. Uh, this is no doubt a quality fragrance. I just wish this fragrance projects more on me, but it is what it is. Like I say, this is an exotic, sexy, elegant, and floral scent. Great for spring and fall, and very versatile in these two seasons, in my opinion. Compliment getter is, just okay. Um, Projection is the worst thing about this fragrance. That's a big thumb down. Longevity is average on me, so my rate for this fragrance is a solid 8 out of 10. So there you have it, guys. That's my review of this great fragrance that probably I'm gonna be wearing a lot during this spring. Uh, but yeah, that's it, guys. Odin for Petrana. There you have it. That's my review. Like always, rate, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.